Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the fine uh it's the Dialogue Dome again. I'm Max, that's Brendan, and we're here again for you with a new podcast today.
Yes. What's the topic, Max?
I thought that it would behoove everyone out there to talk about media that everyone on planet Earth loves to death, but we fucking hate.
I wouldn't even say just media. Let's like branch this out to everything cuz I feel
Mm-hmm.
like there's a lot of things that people love that
They get so deep into it and they get so far up their own asses that it just turns right back around into something that's no longer fun and no longer enjoyable.
Mhm.
I'm
I
mostly
mean,
talking about gatekeepers. That's the thing that really turns me off of certain things, but like there's still a lot of popular stuff that I don't get or I miss or whatever.
yeah,
I
and
don't
this
know.
this episode I think is going to be very individualized opinions. Like
Oh,
I
for
I I
sure.
don't think that we're going to agree on everything, but that's
Nah.
okay too, right?
Mhm.
So
Exactly. Everyone is allowed to have their own opinion, and you out there, you little boy and girl out there or non-binary or
Adam,
whatever the hell you got,
Adam,
Adam.
I know you're there.
Adam, we know you're there. We love you. Get the fuck out, Adam. We know you're underage. The point is,
Jesus, poor Adam.
I know.
God.
The
Adam,
the
you're
point
loved by me, don't worry. um
the point is that like everyone's going to have this one movie that they're going to feel like they've been boxed into a corner because all of their friends, all of their families, their community that they live in will not stop recommending it, and you just can't stand it. You
yeah.
just, for one reason or another, cannot, for the life of you, get into it.
Yeah.
Do you have any examples of
You want to
stuff that
start
you
with
really
me?
enjoy?
Oh, okay. Um
I'm interested in, well, I mean, I brought up the topic, so how about that? How about you start us off? What's some of the stuff that you just can't stand or don't understand, or maybe you've missed the bandwagon?
well, the first thing that comes to mind for me is watching sports.
That's fair.
Everyone and their mother in New England especially
Uh-huh.
loves watching sports.
Mhm.
Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, tennis, golf, even. Like, I could list
Never understood golf.
literally
Oh.
anything
Mhm.
related to sports,
Oh yeah.
score, a championship.
Mhm.
I don't get it. I
I
don't
don't
get it.
either.
My dad, okay, look, I
Yeah.
love my dad. I love my
Oh,
dad.
obviously. Absolutely.
I can't stand it when he watches baseball. It is literally like, in fact, I actually couldn't sit and watch, like, so we have the Boston Red Sox, right?
Yeah.
It's the whole rivalry has been, even whether you want to know it or not, the
Uh-huh.
rivalry here has been the Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees. That has always been the thing here.
Yep.
And what I'll say is that I used to, sometimes try to watch games with my dad.
Sure.
And I couldn't stand it. I can't stand it because of the way he reacts whenever somebody throws a pitch, tries to hit the ball, tries to do I don't know, a fucking double, triple, whatever you want to call it. And
Okay.
it just, it ruined baseball for me. I
Mhm.
can't stand baseball. Also, I'm so sorry. There's like a zit forming right here, and that's why I keep
Ooh.
rubbing my head. Um,
Bummer.
but it's just it's awful. It's so bad. It's baseball is just one of those things I don't get it. I don't
Mhm.
get why people love it so much. I don't get why Fenway Park has sold out every single game for the last 15 years. I don't get it. It is just beyond me. I'm sorry. It just
Mhm.
is. That's one example.
No, I totally understand that myself. Like, uh, um, Idaho in and of themselves, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that will correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't have like an official sports ball team
Sports
for
ball.
anything. For anything, as far as I know. I don't look into it because I don't care. But uh um like my dad was a 49ers fan for some reason. My mom doesn't really do sports. I like a lot of non-traditional sports, you know, the stuff that you see in the Olympics. Um but that's kind of it. Like I never did sports in high school. I never did sports anywhere else. I played t-ball, and then as soon as they took the tee away and started throwing the ball at me, I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm good." Like that's not for me,
You
man. You
like
took the thing
easy
away.
mode.
You took the thing away that made me win.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I
Ah,
don't know.
hated it.
I played soccer when I was a kid for a long
Mhm.
time, and I really liked soccer. That was like one of the few sports I loved. But
Sure.
then I started watching the World Cup, and now I'm like,
Mhm.
where are all of the rules that
It
where
gets
are all these coming from? Like,
Mhm.
what the hell is added time? The
Right.
referee, this is something that baffles me. Just for the record, there's a timer for the field. Bless you.
Yeah.
There's a
Thank you.
timer for the field, right? And
Mhm.
then the referees have their own timer. They don't
Interesting.
match up. And
Why?
on hello, they don't match up. And
Okay.
then my favorite is when the is it quarter period? I don't even know what it is. Whenever the clock reaches 2 minutes for whatever the
Yeah.
end of their session is,
Uh-huh.
the timer disappears, and the referees are the ones keeping time.
Why?
That's one example. I'm like, I have no clue what's happening right now. So like, I
Okay.
loved soccer for a long time, but I cannot figure out for the life of me how real life soccer works.
Uh-huh.
It's just one of those things. I don't get it.
All right. Yeah. No, like fucking all right. Yeah,
I'm so
I don't know.
confused by it every second of the day.
Sports are definitely pretty like up there for me as well. A lot of people find that popular stuff, but I also think that this might be a little too broad because I could argue that many of our audience members also don't like sports. And maybe they also don't necessarily understand why sports are as popular as they are. No, what I'm interested in specifically is like the little nitty-gritty, the movies, the music, the singers, the art that everyone loves, but you specifically hate. Stop doing that,
Oh my god, your
Tiny.
camera!
Stop doing it, Tiny. Get back in here.
Not
Too
done.
close. Too close, Tiny. You're too close.
There we go.
There. Fuck's sake.
You gotta be careful with those hand gestures.
I
There's too many of
know.
them.
I like emoting with my hands.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Um. My God, Max.
No,
Okay.
but that's what I'm interested in because I mean sports just seems too broad of a term. We all know that you and we don't like sports.
Yeah, we
And
don't.
most of our audience I think also would agree that sports isn't the thing. But what other very specific things don't you like?
Um. Well, why don't you go ahead
Okay,
because
I'll
I just did
contribute a
one
little bit.
technically, but yeah.
I guess that's fair. Let me go ahead and contribute a little bit then. I will start off with probably one of the more controversial opinions that I've had on this channel. And I already know that we already talked about Taylor Swift. But instead of Taylor Swift, it is now Mariah Carey.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, every
I
every gay guy
every
just fainted saying that.
every fucking Christmas, Mariah Carey does her damnedest
It's
to make
back.
just to make it about herself every fucking year, every Christmas.
Well, she's the queen of
And
Christmas.
I don't give a damn. She needs to step off of Halloween, okay? She needs to step the fuck off because Halloween is obviously the superior holiday and she needs to step down.
Oh, that opinion is solely to you when it comes to Halloween being the superior holiday.
Exactly. But it's so good though, and I hate like I can't remember when she did it, but she posted a tweet like a few years back, the day after Halloween. I don't even think it was the day after. It might have been like 12 o'clock Halloween, November 1st. She posted a Halloween is over. It's now time for Christmas. Stop, Tiny. Stop. You need to stop, Tiny. I'm making a
Tiny
point.
is
Let me
shaking
do my
its
hand
head.
gestures. Let me do my hand gestures.
Oh man.
She posted a tweet about how, oh, Halloween is over now. Now it's time for Christmas. And I was so upset because Halloween hadn't officially ended yet in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just... Halloween is not over until the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. As soon as Santa walks across that line, that's when Christmas starts. That's the end of the game. That's the rules. Those are the rules.
Oh my god. Again, every gay guy is just literally getting up off their desk and leaving right now. Oh god.
You can tell I'm very passionate about it.
Yes, no kidding. God, I wish your laugh came through Discord better.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just so loud, that's all.
Oh.
You have a point. I mean, like,
Mhm.
look. I'm gonna be a little controversial here myself as well, and say I'm not the biggest fan of Mariah Carey personally. I am probably one of the few people that feels that way. I think vocally she is outstanding.
Oh,
I think that she
amazing.
could. Well, she used to be able to. I don't know if she could still hit the notes that she
Mhm.
was able to hit. But one of my favorite songs by her is "Hero." And hero comes along. You know that one?
I think maybe I'm not a huge Mariah Carey fan.
Okay. Well, it's basically there's one Christmas song that so we all know that Mariah Carey is known for "All I Want for Christmas." That's like it plays in
Yes.
every retail store.
The song
It plays
so
in every
annoying.
mall, every store, every
Ugh.
December. Now it's starting to
Yes.
play in fucking late October. So,
Yes. And I hate it.
there's one Christmas song that she sings that I absolutely love by her. It's the first Noel.
Okay.
She sings the
I
first
can get
Noel.
behind that.
It's a gospel version of it, and I think
Sure.
it is a million times better than All I Want for Christmas. I think that
That's
should
fair.
have been her staple song. But if that was your staple song, then everyone would be sick of the first Noel. So,
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
it's like one of those things. But she has a great Christmas album. I love her Christmas stuff. I don't like All I Want for Christmas because I work retail, but I like every other Christmas song. But you have a point. Like Mariah Carey, she's good. She's a great singer, but her music's not for everybody.
Sure.
That's
Right.
We're gonna.
She just needs to step down. She just needs to step down a little bit.
Oh,
Let Halloween have its
I don't know if I
moments.
should say this one out loud.
We
That's
can
how
always cut it out, I guess. We can cut it out if we need to.
No,
How
no.
controversial is it? Do we want to bleep it? We can just bleep it. Tell me because I want to know, and
It's
then
not
we'll just
like
bleep
that.
it.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't like Beyonce.
It's okay now that I. You don't like Queen Bee?
God.
Fucking hell!
I got to duck
I
under
don't
my
know.
chair. Fuck.
Yeah, I know this one's gonna be.
All of the LGBT community is going to throw their
this
hat at me.
We're going to be roasted alive in the comments. Okay. I should say that it's not that I don't like Beyonce because I do. She's very talented. She's very empowering. She has this whole like what am I trying to say? I have a hard time articulating myself. She's very good at what she does.
Very good at her craft.
Won't deny that. Exactly. And there are some songs that I really like from Beyonce. She's not a go-to for me, however. There are other people, other songwriters, other singers that I enjoy more than that type of music. And I think it's less about her herself and more about the genre for me anyway.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
She's
brilliant, but
I think
Not my type of
there
music.
is exactly, yeah. There's no questions asked. Vocally, she can sing her face off. She's incredible.
Easily.
She has got. I mean, there's a couple songs I love by her. 1+1 is one of my favorites by her.
Mm-hmm.
Single Ladies is a good one. Halo is a good
Always
one.
classic. Yep.
Love on Top is a good one. There's just a
Mhm.
couple of I like her hits, like her big hits.
Sure.
I I couldn't stand the albums Lemonade. I couldn't stand Renaissance.
Mm-mm.
I can't stand her new country music.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. It's not my kind of music. It has nothing to do
That's
with her
fair.
talent.
Yeah.
Texas Hold'em is no. I
Okay.
listened to it once and I said, I'm good. I never need to hear that again. It's
Yeah.
just not for me. That's all it is. It's just not for me.
Sure. Absolutely.
And if you
I
like it, I'm
totally,
sorry.
like,
But
eh,
it's my
like,
opinion. That's why it's called an opinion, right?
exactly. This is an opinion podcast. Everyone can have one, and everyone is entitled to whatever they would like and whatever they don't like, and all this other fun stuff. You can like all sorts of things that I don't, and that's fine. That's what we're here for.
Mhm.
That's the opinion pieces that you wanted. No, but I agree. I think, I guess, being a little bit more broad in that sense, it's it is mostly about that kind of pop music. I wouldn't necessarily know what to classify Beyonce as except for pop.
Hip hop R&B. That's what I would
Yeah,
call her.
it's not my jam. I tend to listen to a lot of more like hard rock, heavy metal, um
Mhm.
that kind of stuff.
And that's the
Uh
problem is music is all opinion based anyway.
exactly. It's all
So
subjective.
it's all subjective, yeah.
Exactly. We just need to make sure that while we're sharing our opinions out there, everyone does it so safely and
Yep.
without threatening anyone.
Yep. Mhm.
I'm looking at all of the Swifties out there. You guys need to fucking chill. I
Yeah.
love you. I love the fact that you're watching our channel, but dear God,
I love Taylor Swift.
chill the fuck out.
I love Taylor Swift. Absolutely love her. I don't like her folklore
yeah.
album, but I love everything else.
Sure. Taylor's great. There's a lot of songs that I really like from Taylor.
Yes.
I don't like the fans.
Oh God, Max.
They need to chill. They need to chill out.
Oh my God. What's a movie or a TV show that everyone loves that you don't like?
Oh, that's another good one. I don't know how well they're liked by everyone, but a lot of the DC TV shows, Supergirl, Arrow, Flash.
It's so funny you say that because
Yeah.
I was gonna say Marvel. Anything by Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Not a
Interesting.
fan. Yeah. Okay, for me, I don't personally like superhero stories. Like,
Yeah.
I just find myself gravitating toward other stuff. It's just
Yeah.
superhero stuff is just so boring to me. It's
Yeah.
always the same story. It's always the same story
Yeah.
over and over again, just repainted.
Yeah, there is a lot of that. And I think I agree, especially with everything after Endgame.
Well, even then, it's just I'm
Um
just gonna say, like, it's always starts with a normal person.
mhm,
Something traumatic happens to them that
mhm,
forces them to either physically or mentally change, and then
mhm.
they mutate and get powers from it, and then they start going and saving the universe. It's always the
Yeah.
same story,
Yeah.
and it's just getting tiring.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a lot of that, unfortunately. I definitely like when the superhero genre first started, it was definitely more interesting to me than what it has turned into, cuz right now it's definitely turned into a cash grab. They are beating this horse for as long as possible with any and every IP that they can get their hands on, just to
Yeah.
make money, because it's the in thing right now. It's the thing that's super fucking popular.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel in particular, if we want to talk about that, I mean,
absolutely.
like ever since Endgame happened, it's just been downhill for them. I have not
Exactly.
seen a single thing by them since
Mhm.
Endgame, but to be honest with you, I've read reviews and people aren't
Sure.
happy. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody who's happy with
There's
them.
there's a lot of stuff that I liked after Endgame, but yes, I agree that a lot of their content just hasn't been
We can also say
like
that Marvel
good.
has too much content now. I feel like there's too many
Yes.
Marvel shows coming out,
Oh,
which by the way, they've finally
absolutely.
stepped back.
Oh,
Good.
thank God.
But it's just like again, it's the idea of Bob
Mhm.
Iger, Disney CEO. Is he the new one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
or the old
yeah,
one?
Bob Iger. Well, I mean, he was the old one, but then what's his name? Kopic
Yeah, him.
stepped in and then ran it into the ground, and then
Yeah,
Bob Iger came
yeah.
back.
Bob Iger, when he came back, said that Disney was producing too much mediocre content and needed to drop, so they
Yes.
canceled a ton of stuff because of
Yes.
it. Um,
And good on them for doing so, because holy shit.
yeah. I mean, they were. I mean, She-Hulk, example A. Like, what are they
Mm-hmm.
thinking? Like, come on.
Like it was an interesting concept and an idea, especially for the comics. And like, hey, cool, now we have this strong female lead as a protagonist. And like I can see what they were trying to do. They just didn't execute as well as they could have. They didn't.
Well, if they wanted a strong female protagonist,
I don't
just use
know.
Black Widow. She's
Oh,
great.
absolutely. Yeah, no, she's
She's great.
fantastic.
Or use
Problem is
Captain Marvel. That's another great one.
oh yeah, also
You know.
good. But I mean, they've already used Captain Marvel, and Black Widow got her own movie as
I
well.
know, but what I'm saying is, if they wanted to do a strong female protagonist for a TV show, just
Oh
use
yeah, yeah,
one of those concepts. I mean, perfectly
yeah.
done. I'm sure
Yeah, it would be
Black
pretty
Widow
good.
or Captain Marvel's actresses would have said yes to a TV show.
Maybe not Scarlett Johansson.
Well, not Scarlett Johansson. That's. Oh, that's true. I guess I didn't think of that. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about anyway. Anyway,
I don't know. But
anyone will say yes if
out
you offer them
outside of all that,
$1 billion.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Yes.
Uh, I don't know. I agree. I think there just needs to be better media. And I hate to say it, Sony has been doing a pretty good job with their recent Spider-Man stuff. They like
I guess.
Into the Spider-Verse was fantastic, and then the sequel that came after it was also great, and
Yeah.
apparently there's a third one that's coming out, and
Mhm.
I'm excited to see it, and it's going to be fan freaking tastic. But Sony also needs to play nice, because
Oh yeah,
like
that whole thing happened. Yeah.
God, Sony, I like you, I like your IPs, but fucking get it together. If you can't play nice, then no one is going to buy things from you anymore.
Yeah.
God.
Doesn't think about anything PlayStation related.
Ah,
God. But
so infuriating.
well, it's just that Spider-Man. It sucks because Spider-Man I know is your favorite superhero, right?
As far as Marvel is
Yeah, with
concerned,
Marvel,
yes.
I mean, yes. I
Yes.
know that Batman's your other one. Yes, which Batman, by the way, that's another thing we could talk about
Mm-hmm.
is that I love. I mean, that's not really related to this topic, but like, because we both
Mm-hmm.
love Marvel. I'm sorry, we both
Right.
love Batman, but
Yeah.
Batman is just something it's gotten lost. I feel like the concept's gotten
It's
lost.
so lost into the sauce, and it's so unfortunate.
But that's interesting. So yeah, for
Whatever.
me it was Marvel. Another one. God, I there's got to be some other stuff that
Oh, I'm
I
sure
can think
there
of.
is.
Um.
Do you want me to talk
Uh.
about art? I could do a little bit of a deep dive in art history
Sure,
and
if you want
whatnot.
to.
Let's do the Mona Lisa.
The most unimpressive painting in the Louvre. Yep, go ahead.
Okay. I love Leo. I like Leonardo da Vinci. He's a brilliant painter, and I love a lot of the work that he's done. And I'm not even saying that the Mona Lisa is bad on a technical standpoint. It is a good piece of art. What I hate, and I think it just goes back to the fanboys out there, is that I fucking hate all of the people crowding into this small room in the Louvre just to get a glimpse, a small, like, mediocre binocular-sized glimpse at this fucking painting that isn't even all that impressive. The only thing that makes it impressive is that Leonardo da Vinci painted it and it was stolen at one point. That's it.
That's the only reason why it's popular.
That's the only reason that it's popular.
Mm.
Walls in the Louvre lined with paintings from brilliant artists dating back hundreds of years. All of them being pushed aside to try and see this one painting, and it sucks so much that that happens and that it has to happen. Like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like what's going on there.
So I've never seen I've never been to the Louvre ever. I've never been to Paris ever. That's one of my bucket list places.
Absolutely.
For me, I've never seen the Mona Lisa in person in real life. I've seen her on my Apple Vision Pro. There's a museum app that I've seen that I have on my Apple Vision Pro that scales really, really awesomely, scales all paintings, all massively famous paintings over the course of human history, scales them all side by side next to each other in this huge gallery in life size. So, like, as if you were standing, if you were standing right here and you were looking right at the Mona Lisa, how big would it be compared to the rest of the paintings around you?
That would be amazing.
So I've never seen the Mona Lisa in person, but I've seen her in a 8K display on a VR headset.
Nice.
That's one of my things. I'm sure I'll probably say the same thing as you. And you know what's gonna funny is, even though you're saying this, if you and I ever visit, no, let's say not if, when you and I visit the Louvre someday, we'll probably still, just like everyone else, wait in line to see the fucking Mona Lisa.
I'll check it out, say that I've seen it, and then move on with my fucking life.
Yes. One particular painting I want to see in person that I despise and everyone else seems to love, the Scream.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You don't like Monk, do you?
Oh, I like Monk. I just don't like the Scream.
Oh, I guess that's fair. It's an interesting, trippy kind of piece. I like the Scream because it's one of those off-ball kind of paintings that nobody really thinks about it's like art history type, but it doesn't really go much further than that. I don't know. I like it. I like the Scream. But all right, what about it don't you like?
The guy's face. I mean, every time I look at it, I can't help but just cackle. It's so stupid looking. It's literally just like, it's just the stupidest thing ever. Like, who even screams like that? No one screams like that.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
No, but I can understand some of that anyway.
Again, I've seen it in my VR headset. It's bigger than the Mona Lisa.
Oh, sure,
by the way,
absolutely.
Because most things are. Yeah.
Mona Lisa was tiny. Well, I mean, it was like a commission piece. Somebody bought it for his wife, maybe his mistress. I can't remember what the story was. And then it's not even a finished painting. Leo didn't finish it.
Oh,
so
you reminded me of something that is related to this podcast topic. One classical piece of music, piano piece, that everyone loves and I cannot stand is Für Elise.
Fucking really? Beethoven is my boy. What are you on about?
No, I like Beethoven as well. Beethoven is one of my favorite classical artists. His Für Elise piece is the stupidest piece of music because it was written obviously for Elise, who was his love interest at the time.
Yeah.
And she hated it. I don't know if you know that. She absolutely hated it because the piece is depressing as fuck. It's so depressing.
Yeah.
It's written in A minor. We'll start there. It's written in a minor key. A love interest piece is written in a sad key. And oh god, and just like it just oh god, it sounds so idiotic. I'm sorry, it just does. And I had to play that too for a recital one time, and I couldn't stand it for the entire time. And oh god, I'm sorry. Fur Elise is not for me. Now Moonlight Sonata, that's a different one.
Oh,
That's a
Moonlight
great one.
Sonata is obviously the choice to go with,
Yeah.
as far as Beethoven is concerned. But I still like Fur Elise. It's like, well, damn. All right.
I still know how to play it, and I hate it because it's the only piece I've memorized.
Bummer.
Okay, it is what it is. That's
It
a
is what
little
it
that's a
is.
little bit of that. I don't know. That's another example of something I don't like. Everyone loves Fur Elise. I don't know why. I'm just like, oh god, get this piece out of my head.
I don't know if I know anybody classically that I wouldn't recommend.
I'll give you.
I don't go deep into it though.
I'll give
Anyway.
you another fun fact.
Yeah.
Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture.
Uh-huh.
Tchaikovsky hated that piece when he wrote it.
Really?
Because he procrastinated so much. I forget what it was for. I think it was something for like the French leader or something like that.
Probably.
He procrastinated on that so much that he did an all-nighter and he wrote the entire symphony in one day.
Jesus.
And so that's why the 1812 Overture repeats so many phrases so much. And that's why, the human brain loves repetition. That's what makes it catchy. But it's just hysterical to me to think, because like when I read that he hated the piece, now when I listen back to Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture, I can hear why he would hate it, because there's just phrases that repeat 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And he was just like, he was clearly just trying to fill the space and just modulating to different key signatures in order to fill the space. Oh man. Yeah. So that's
interesting.
But
I didn't
love
know
that
that
piece.
about.
I love that. It's the only piece of music that has written in the score cannon fire. It's it's ironic. It's supposed to be French, but that's just so American. Because we use it on the 4th of July here. Oh man.
That's interesting. I didn't know that about the 1812 Overture. I did know that about the Nutcracker, though. I did know that he also hated the Nutcracker, despite the fact that it's also really fucking good.
Oh yeah.
I love the Nutcracker.
I mean, it's ironic. Some of the most hated pieces by the composer or the artists or something like that are some of the most popular in the world, because it annoys the composer that musically it's too simplistic, but that's what people like, is simple music, Yeah, I see dun 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 dun. Yeah, I could see why the composer would hate that one. Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know if I have any more classical people that I could think of that like people love that I would dislike.
Well, we can move on to something else.
I mean, I guess it's true. I like so many things, though. Is my biggest problem is that I'm pretty easy to please. There are so many things that I enjoy that most people probably don't.
Yeah. Well, what
if
about
we wanted to just flip it on its head?
Yeah, but what we haven't like covered video games. Like what's a video game?
That's fair.
What's a video game or franchise that everyone loves that you can't stand? The face you're making right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have one in mind that I think is going to be a little bit of a problem.
I mean, this whole episode is a problem when you think about it.
I guess that's very true. I don't like Halo.
Okay.
There's
a
lot
frat boy just wanted to throw their beer at you.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's a lot about Halo that I can enjoy. There's a lot about it that, like, the run and gun.
It's so ironic because I'm gonna probably walk you through those games someday.
Yeah.
Ironically, on the channel.
And I'm just going to like, yeah, no, that's cool. I guess Cortana has boobs, whatever.
Well, we're gonna make fun of it. It's not to be played seriously.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know. It felt like the only reason people liked it was because of the run and gun and because maybe whatever the Xbox launch title, blah 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 blah. And it just, I don't know, it never really sat with me the way that it did with so many other people. I had so many other video games that I would have enjoyed over Halo, and just, I don't know, maybe it's because I missed it, maybe because I just didn't get it. I just didn't like it. I didn't like Halo. I hated the Halo franchise.
Okay. You have to understand at the time, it was 2003, I think was when the
Mhm.
first one came out. Bungie was still a relatively newer company, but
Sure.
you have to understand that when they released Halo, the first one,
Yeah.
that was probably the most solid first-person shooter game ever. I mean,
Sure.
I mean, controls-wise, it felt the smoothest out of any game franchise ever made at that point.
Right.
Except, I mean, I'd even go as far as to say even more so than GoldenEye 007. Like, that
Sure.
was the
Sure.
iconic first-person shooter up until Halo came out.
Mhm.
And I'll say that 007, while great, controls are shit.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if
So,
compared to modern day stuff, like,
yeah, but
no question.
if you still have the original Halo port for PC or Xbox, the first one,
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
the Halo Combat Evolved, the remake or the remaster, excuse me.
Sure.
There's a remake of the first game on the works, by the way. Um,
Ooh.
uh, the first port of it ever. If you look at it today, it still controls great. I mean, it still
Yeah.
feels great. It was very solid. That was
Mhm.
the big thing. And then Halo 2 was the most popular one of the entire franchise. I mean, it would just Halo 2 just exploded the franchise. It really did.
Sure.
Um yeah, mine's Call of Duty.
Mm. Yeah, I can understand that one as well, and I think I agree, to a certain extent.
Mm.
Um,
I can't stand Call of Duty. I mean,
yeah.
look. The original Call of Duty has some iconic titles. I mean,
Oh,
Call of Duty
absolutely.
2, incredible. Call of Duty
Mhm.
Modern Warfare 2, incredible. I'll even go as far as to say Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, all of that stuff, incredible. The controls are
Sure.
fantastic. The
Oh,
graphics were
absolutely.
fantastic for its time. Today, it is just a cash cow. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Mhm.
And sure, graphically, you can consider it to be one of the most incredible looking franchises today, but it's all the same game.
Yep.
They always are never optimized. It takes up, like, the newest Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, I think, takes
Mhm.
up 300 gigabytes
Ugh.
on your hard drive. That's like 1/3 of some people's hard drives in
Mhm.
their computer. Like,
Yeah.
it just isn't optimized at all. Activision, also that's another thing. Activision, I'm not a huge fan of their company, the
Mhm.
people in charge of it.
Yeah.
It's very toxic work environment. There's been a lot of
Yeah.
allegations with them.
Mhm.
Um, it's just been Call of Duty is just something I just don't get. Modern day Call of Duty, I don't get why people play it. I mean, it's just the same thing over and over again. And then, of course, BR became a trend, and now, Call of Duty has their Warzone map and all that stuff. That's
Right.
what people mostly play nowadays, which that I
Right.
can understand, but I don't know. I tried to play Warzone and I couldn't play it either. Like, I just didn't like it. It was just too. It was. But that's the other thing too.
Too
It's just like
toxic.
it's too toxic. One and
Yeah.
two, you're just like running around, just like trying to find guns and stuff like that. And then suddenly, boom, dead in 2 seconds. You don't even know who killed
Yep.
you.
Yep. It's a lot. It's a lot to happen. It's a lot going on, and I don't know. There are other games. There are other games that I would much rather play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another one I don't like. Um,
Mhm.
Other one would be Apex Legends. I used to love Apex Legends. It was a great game. But then in season 8, I think, Respawn banned my account. Still unclear as to why they banned my account, because I've never cheated in a video game in my entire life, unless it's mods that make something like on a map go quicker or something like that, like non-cheating mods. Like, I'm not talking about like cheating programs in PvP. Like, I've never cheated on a game like that before.
Sure.
Then in season 10, I got an email that they unbanned my account. And I tried to get into it again, and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not, because this just ruined it for me.
Not worth it.
Not
worth the time and the effort and the energy. It's just
not even that. When I reached out to customer service, they basically shunned me and said that I was just stupid for even trying. Basically acted like I was stupid for even trying to get unbanned. And I spent a lot of money on that game, and now they lost a very faithful player to that game. And now they're losing more players because they completely changed the battle pass. Now the battle pass is split into 2 areas, and you have to pay for both.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hate that. Oh, why can't these people just make good stuff and like make it?
You know what I think we should do? I think we should for another episode. I think we should flip this on its head.
Flip it on its head.
I think we
media
should.
that everyone hates but we love.
I would love to talk about that.
I'm fucking down for that.
Or just in general.
Do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be fun, because that's kind of like a good segue. We should even do it right after this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I am 110% down for that.
Yeah. Is there any other stuff like books or something like that like you love or you hate that everyone else loves? I thought of one immediately.
Okay. I thought of one as well. Well, I thought of a couple now that I think about it. Do you want to go first or should
I? Mine's very controversial, so I don't know. Yeah.
Do we want to bleep it again? We can. You just tell me,
we're not gonna
and
bleep
then I'll
it.
know, and then you can bleep it.
Oh, we're not gonna bleep it.
Well, then what is it? I'm curious.
I want to be very, very clear here, okay? I don't like the books, but I like the movies.
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair. That's, I mean, like,
The shock and gasp for you.
I know. Well, okay, so, first and foremost, I fucking love the movies. I never read the books. I should have. I should have read the books. And I should also preface by saying fuck J.K. Rowling, because holy shit, how hard is it to be a decent human being? But like the Harry Potter franchise was something that I grew up with. I wanted the whole magical experience. I want to be in Slytherin house and with the little wand and making myself do magic, because it's so fucking cool. It's so cool.
Yeah. No, look, I will faithfully say this. I love the world. I think the world is incredible.
Yeah.
I think
the world
that
is great.
You know, when I watched those films, I loved those films. I know that the films some of them are very different from the book, but that's I think why I like them, is because it's more cinematic.
Yeah.
It's
easier to understand.
And again, obviously, yes, fuck J.K. Rowling, but putting that opinion of her aside, just talking about the universe itself, when I watched the movies, I said, "Oh my god, I've got to read these books. I can't I watched the entire Harry Potter franchise from when it started to when it finished, and I'm talking about like years too. Like I'm talking about when it first came out, I watched it all the way up through to when it ended, right?
Oh, I was a first release kid too as well.
Yeah, including Fantastic Beasts, which has been but
it was meh. For sure.
That's universally agreed upon though, that it's meh. I'll say that after watching all the Harry Potter stuff, finally at the end of the story of Harry Potter's story, I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh my god, I have got to read these books. I haven't read a single book. I
Right.
don't know what it's like." I read the first book, and it
Yeah.
was actually pretty good. I enjoyed the first book.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
read the second book, and I'm like, this is the same as the first book. And then I started to read the third book, and I couldn't get through it because it was the same as the first two. I'm like, this is
Mm-hmm.
literally the same thing, just copied and pasted. And this woman has made billions of dollars off of this.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Uh-huh.
So it's just like the first, what is it? The first like four books, or no, first three books. I've
Mm-hmm.
heard it starts to differentiate from the fourth, but
Mm-hmm.
that's four books in. I don't want to waste my time. Um, the first three books start with Harry in his fucking cupboard under the stairs, or like whatever, like in the Dursley household,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it just always starts the same. They go to school, stuff
Mm-hmm.
happens, they leave. It's
Mm-hmm.
the same format for the first four, like three books, 3.5 books.
Yeah.
The fourth book, I can imagine it getting a change, a difference, because the
Yeah.
Goblet of Fire was very, very different story from the first
Oh,
three.
absolutely. That's when stuff really started getting kind of darker anyway.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I don't
No,
know.
and
Yeah.
I can absolutely understand that as far as the Harry Potter franchise goes. And again, fuck J.K. Rowling, because you just gotta be a decent human being. Is it that fucking hard? And you're going after David Tennant? Go fuck yourself. Anyway, mine. Sorry, I'm really heated about it. She needs to be a better person.
Mhm.
Um, uh, Mine is, and again, probably controversial. Well, okay, I'll start with the one first. I'll start with Game of Thrones.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
I couldn't get into it. I didn't like it. I also didn't like the fact that everybody died fucking like 2 episodes in. I just didn't understand it. He wanted to make Lord of the Rings if Lord of the Rings was more depressing somehow. It was just I couldn't get attached to any of the characters because they died the next episode. Like the fucking shit, Martin. What the hell? I don't get it. I don't understand. And it completely blew me by. I missed the entire thing. I heard that the 8th season sucked ass. And I know House of Dragons is going on as well, but I didn't watch anything past the first couple episodes. It just didn't grab my attention and I didn't like it. He was trying to be Tolkien and it didn't work. I
According
didn't
to you.
like it.
Yes.
According to me. This is my own
Yes.
personal opinion,
Okay.
and it's a very strong opinion, I realize, but I didn't like it.
Okay. I'm obsessed with Game of Thrones. I love it.
Roasted.
The books. I'll admit to you, the books are very, very hard to read because they're very long, they're very
Yeah.
detailed, and he mumbles quite a lot, or rambles, I
Mm.
think is the word I'm trying to find.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, the TV show was, except for season 8 of the first show, was fantastic, and
Mm-hmm.
House of the Dragon is even more incredible. I actually think House of the Dragon is better in a lot of
Really?
ways.
Yeah.
The first season was kind of weird for House of the Dragon because of all the time jumping, but then this second season has just been absolute fire. No pun intended.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. I absolutely love it. Yeah. I can't get enough of
Ah.
Game of Thrones. They're making 2 more spin-off shows. I'm going to watch all of them.
Ugh.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
More power to you and anyone else that wants to be a part of that universe.
It's
I
because
just don't like it.
It's because, for me, it's because of the jaw-dropping plot. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, for one of the episodes for Game of Thrones, the first show, the Red Wedding, is one of the most famous episodes because they literally killed, I think, 15 main characters in the course of, like, a minute. No show has ever done that before.
No, of course not.
And that's
'cause you
what
don't do
made
that.
it so awesome, was that it had the balls to do that. Like, that
Sure.
was such a I remember when that episode came out, everybody was like, I remember going into I think it was in college when I was it was like, did you see last night's episode? It's like, yeah, holy fuck. Like everyone was talking about it. It was a huge thing.
Sure.
And then season 8 came along and everyone was like, man, that was disappointing.
Dropped the ball.
That sucked.
I heard that. I heard that about
What's
season
ironic
8. I don't know.
is season 8 was rushed through because the directors of season 7 and 8 were rushing season 8 so that they could direct Star Wars. And what's ironic is that they did such a fuck up job with season 8 that they lost their Star Wars gig.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, no, they royally fucked up. Like it is universally known as one of the most disappointing endings to a TV show in probably the history of TV. It's bad.
Damn.
It's really bad.
Damn. I believe that.
There were some moments in season 8 that were fantastic. Particularly season 5 I thought was very cool. How you know, spoiler alert, but you know, go watch it. It's been out for years.
It's been out for a while. Come on.
Daenerys takes her dragon and basically burns all of King's Landing, which is like a huge moment for the show because like it's kind of against her character, but like at the same time, everyone's watching. Like I was watching it with a couple of friends, and we were all like, "Is she's gonna kill everybody. She's gonna burn the city." It's like no, like it was like one of those moments. Oh god, it was. Oh, I love Game of Thrones so much. Oh, I just love those jaw-dropping moments that you can talk about with your friends. Oh, I love it so much. Anyway. Oh shit,
hey,
we have to end.
And more power to. Oh, do we? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, sorry about that. We really got fucking into it then, didn't we?
Yeah.
Let us know, I guess, if this is a topic you want us to continue on, because there's obviously more media out there than just what we have mentioned.
We could do a part 2 of this.
Easy.
I think that we should flip this on its head for the next episode and just straight up do things we love that everyone else hates.
Yeah,
I think that would be great.
Absolutely. I'm 100% down for that. But I guess until then, thank you all so much for enjoying us. I'm Max, that's Brennan. This has been the Dialogue Dome. Don't forget to do all the fun stuff like liking, subscribing, sharing it with all of your friends.
Press the share button. The
exactly,
algorithm
just press
likes
the share
that
button.
when you press the share button.
You just push the share button and hit copy link, and that's all you have to do. And the algorithm fucking loves that shit. It's so good. Anyway. Yeah, that's kind of been it. I hope you enjoyed. Check out some of our other stuff and our game walkthroughs. I got there in the end. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.